I admit to you right now, as early as I possibly can, that, look, wearing a name tag every day, that's really not much of an accomplishment. What is an accomplishment is when you leverage a simple idea into a six-figure enterprise. Take a look. This is not a badge. This is a brand. What's yours? That's the crazy part, is that for years I was always known as, Scott, the guy who wears a name tag every day. And 10 years later, it's, wait, Scott, the guy that made a career out of wearing a name tag every day? I had an opportunity to be interviewed on CNN. This is the first interview I ever did, and this is the green room. So check it out. They give you free food, bananas, cookies, sodies, whatever you want.
You didn't want to leave the green room, did you?
Well, apparently you're not supposed to shove them into your suitcase, but before I knew it, I was getting mic'd up, and before I knew it, I was being interviewed in front of 10 million people by Anderson Cooper, before he was cool. Now, I'd never done an interview in my life. I don't remember those 3.5 minutes, except right before the interview, the producer came in and she said, all right, now Scott, you've never done an interview before, so just for your reference, that by all means, just under any circumstances, do not look at your own reflection in the monitor. How many of you would do the same? Oh yeah, you gotta watch. It's CNN. You gotta watch yourself. And I wasn't, to be fair, I wasn't even looking at me. I was looking at what was underneath on the screen. Now you watch CNN a couple hours a day, I'm sure. So when you tune in, they'll have, who is this person, their name, right? You know, Scott Ginsburg. But what is it that they always put on the screen below their name? Loser, thank you, yes. Now, the job title, description, right. Basically, why is this person on the news? Would you like to see what CNN wrote?
Not much news that day, huh?
Slow news day, yeah. My mom was in the green room, who, when I got off the air, sobbing. Name tag wearer? I paid for 4 years of college for that? There is a powerful lesson, though. In fact, there's two lessons. Number one, if you don't make a name for yourself, someone will make one for you. Who's making a name for you? And is it the one you want? Now, Shakespeare, if you remember in the movie, or the play, in the play Romeo and Juliet, the big question of the whole play, what's in a... That question is no longer enough. Here are the questions that matter. What's after a name? What do people think when they hear your name speak? What's before a name? What is connected to your name? We'll talk more about that later. Also, sanity is highly overrated. Anyone read Us Weekly? Just me? If you read Us Weekly, they have trends, fashions, and there's always something silly like gray is the new... Is it? Or are we on green now? I don't, purple, okay, I don't pay attention. I'll ask my girlfriend. Well, here's a trend that is not going away. Crazy is the new sane. And I'm going to give you proof, not just from my experience, but actual proof why insanity is the invitation of innovation, why insanity is the prerequisite for greatness. Make a list of the top 10 most mundane elements to your sales process. Email signature, subject line, the way you answer the phone, first greeting in the door, invoices, the boring stuff, the 90. Make 10 of them. And then brainstorm 3 ways to make it memorable. And then challenge your employees to do 1 a day, every day, until you're done. You have nothing to lose. Think about it. How many phone calls does a store get in a day? I don't know, just yell it out. Too many, good answer, right? Okay, we'll say 50. Okay, that's fine. So let's say you get 50 calls a day. So what is that? 250 a week. Just let's say 5 days a week. And then a month, what is that, 1,000 a month? I'm not a math guy, so bear with me. So was it 12,000 a year, I guess? Huh. So how are you taking advantage of those 12,000 moments? If you answer the phone like every other company, you've just missed 12,000 opportunities to make the mundane memorable. Got it? So, your voicemail is a simple example. Raise your hand if your voicemail sucks. Mine used to, until I put a question on it. And I started changing the question every week. I didn't add anything. I didn't subtract, hey, I'm Scott, blah, blah, blah. And then it's, oh, by the way, leave me your favorite type of pizza. Makes no sense why that would be on there. People love it. And they left stories and examples. They filled up the whole tape. You have 19 messages. I wonder what question you could ask. What's your biggest relationship question? What's the biggest mistake you made in your marriage? Just get people to share. Get them to engage on the phone. You don't have to record it and post it online. But when's the last time you got a 4-minute message that somebody was excited to leave? Let me ask you this. Are you the only? Second attribute of crazy. Turning insanity into profitability. Crazy means risk-taking. Wearing a name tag every day is a risk. We'll talk about the stalkers and the people that beat me up later. I've noticed as I've traveled the world how people respond to it differently. In Mexico, anywhere in Latin culture, they love it. It's an approachable culture. They will come, hey, Scott, how are you doing? And they all say hi and they love it, and it's great. Had an opportunity to go to South Korea. Nice people. And I didn't know how it would translate in a different culture. And I'm reading in my Korean guidebook, it said that Koreans are known for not being the most approachable individuals. I thought, that can't be true. And I get there, and it wasn't. They were some of the friendliest, nicest, most approachable people I've ever met. He had me sign his iPhone. And I was like, this is a Sharpie. This doesn't come off. It was okay. 감사합니다. And so it's still applied transcultural. But anonymity is not something I practice. That's part of the deal. See, Dennis Rodman lost his anonymity. I forego mine. I make the decision, I'm not going to be anonymous. People are going to know who I am wherever I go. So here's how you can put this to use today on the trade show floor. 3 words: be predictably unpredictable. On the 3,000th day, which was, well, I guess it was 461 days ago, there was a celebration. And I thought about the name tag of what does a name tag truly symbolize? Because like I said, and you heard this from before, see if you can remember it, it's not a badge, it's a what? Brand? You got that. You know what else a name tag is? An alarm clock. Here's what I discovered. On my blog, I posted these different examples of what a name tag is. And the alarm clock concept, I figured it out because when you wear a name tag every day, it's an alarm clock because it wakes people up. It wakes other people up and it wakes me up because I'll just be, wow, that was cool. Because I'll just be sitting around and someone will say, hey, Scott, oh, and just kind of throws me off track. Or I'll be at Starbucks, and you guys love Starbucks just like I do. And I'll be ordering my drink. Now, some people think it sucks, I know. But I'll be ordering my drink at Starbucks, and the person behind the counter will, name, can I get a name for the drink? You ever seen a receptionist not make eye contact? When they ask you for your name and you're wearing a name tag? I don't say anything. I wait. And let them discover their own stupidity by themselves. Isn't it amazing how asleep people are? Are you up yet?